My next guest goes by the name of Seshi, or Mr. I Am Next. Currently most well known for being a live events host and the culprit of many messy mosh pits, getting the fans hyped up and ready for whoever's about to step out on the stage. But his career on the stage started a long time ago. From beatboxing, acting and singing, his knowledge of live entertainment extends way beyond just hosting. I've personally known him for a few years now and I've been impressed by his authenticity and confidence. We touch on how he built up the confidence to get to where he has got to, what drives him, and how important it is to lay your foundations right no matter what you're doing in life. I personally really enjoyed this conversation and I hope you do too. Were you always like this? Were you always like had that sort of confidence about you where...
I've always had confidence. I wouldn't lie and not say I've always not had confidence. I've always had confidence to have a conversation, to introduce myself. I've never been shy to show the world who I am. Do you get what I'm saying? But like obviously dealing with stages and crowds, like I'm not gonna be like, yeah, I went out there and it was perfect. Like there was moments where it was dead crowds and it was awkward and I had to learn and I had to gauge, okay, cool, this is what I need to do and X, Y, and Z. But I've always been like a performer, an actor. I did performing arts, like beatboxing, music, like so many different things before hosting. And MRIAMNEXT, I did involved camera, lights, action. You know what I'm saying? The stage, even in school, class clown, what do you expect? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I've always had a confidence and just like never afraid to show the world who I am. Especially because I felt like I knew from early I was awesome. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like when you have that feeling and understanding of who you are and what you bring, quote unquote, to the table, you should never be afraid to show that unless, you should just never be afraid to show that. Do you get what I'm saying? No matter what the circumstances or outcome could be.
Yeah. And what do you think was like the moment where, because obviously you dabbled through a lot of different things and the hosting that was the one that stuck to you. Like, what do you think it was that was hosting was particularly different from all the other stuff that you did?
I think it was just an evolution. Do you know what I'm saying? So like starting off school acting, continue from my uncle's a film director, so I acted in some of his films. And I can still do that. It's just a skill under the belt. But I feel like whatever just comes organic and I would say like everything has its time period. Like hosting is gonna have a time period. Do you get what I'm saying? Everything's evolving, but I've just felt like for the path that I'm going down and what I want to achieve and what I want people to experience and to also associate my name or my name to have a feeling with, that felt only right. And it just felt organic to me because I felt like I could express myself in a way where it just felt pure and people received it so pure. And that's why the interaction is what it is, because it's organic. It's not forced. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just passion. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like when anyone sees or interacts with anything passionate or that feeling of passion, it's always gonna feel way more organic and stand out 100 times more than if it's GMO and that. You know what I'm saying?
I get it, because it makes sense from an audience perspective, you as in like myself, like when I've seen you on stage and like when I've seen you interact with artists and stuff, it makes total sense why you're in the position you're in right now. And it's also, I mean, it doesn't come without like loads of work and years 100%. That you've got to put in all the time, but you know, it's like you didn't, you know, it wasn't like the first thing that stuck. You had to go through a stage.
And then I felt like everything developed into that though. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I felt like the beatboxing got me used to crowds. I was singing before beatboxing, like proper singing. Like I sang in like Royal Festival Hall. I've been on tour. Like I've done different things with just different art forms. But I feel like every step, the acting made me good at the crowd, be able to showcase a character. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. The singing and the beatboxing made me be able to like control the crowd, be able to move them, be able to know how to maneuver on stage. And then like I feel like observation as well was a big thing with the hosting, because it was like I'm around some amazing artists at the time. I was around House of Pharaohs. I'm seeing Lancey, I'm seeing Daniel OG, I'm seeing the likes of Danny Seth, and then at that time the grime era is very strong, so I'm seeing Microphone Champions, Control the Mic. And then I'm looking on the internet and I'm seeing the birth of the Uzis, the Cartis, the Rockies, you get what I'm saying? The list goes on, the Travises and that. I'm seeing how they're interacting, but then I come from already a household where musicians and music has been around me. My mum showing me so many legends from back before my time or before her time, like Barry White and like, you get what I'm saying? Many more names. And these are just all performers, Michael Jackson, like, do you get what I'm saying? These are all entertainers, Whitney Houston. They're showing you passion. And that's why I connect with passion. So when I'm on stage, all I'm doing is just expressing myself to the fullest ability, and just also I want to give people. Remember, I'm a fan, and I still am a fan, and I was in the crowd a lot of the time, and I felt like there was an energy that I wanted to feel before the main act came on, which was like an excitement. I came in that concert hall thinking, yo, all the tunes I've been hearing in my headphone, I'm gonna experience live and direct.
Yeah.
But then, before he comes out, there's meant to be a build-up. It's a roller coaster. I'm not meant to just stand there stagnant, be twiddling my thumbs. I need to be engaged, interacting. So it was like, that was the energy that I just wanted to feel. I feel like I just found somewhere to let my ADHD run free. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. I love that, because it's like, I feel like with a lot of people, it's really hard to find as well. Like, but that sort of thing that you are passionate about, and it really resonates with people whenever, like, you know, you come on stage and like it's not something you even like have to even double think about, because you're, like you said, you're fan first. Like, that's what you started with.
And then, so I know as a fan what I want to experience.
You want. And the thing is, like, not even just you, but like everyone around. Exactly. So like that's what you're surrounded by. Like, those are obviously like these, like, your strengths, like these, you know, the crowd control and whatever, and you know, having that sort of shared experience. But like, where do you think, like, currently, like, your weaknesses sit with, like, just like whatever the thing you're trying to build?
I felt like I've overcome a lot of my weaknesses in the last couple months, you know.
Couple months?
Yeah, like, I've been very, like, to myself. I've been very, like, away. I've been, like, in the greenhouse, like, keeping myself as far away from the outside noise, just to be able to assess myself and understand, okay, this is what I'm doing, this is what needs to be done better, this is what I need to improve. I've slowed down on doing events just because I just want to be able to, like, look at where I am currently, what I'm doing currently, and figure out and understand how I'm doing these things and how I can make it way more sharper, way more impactful, way more understood by the viewer, be able to place myself as a product on the right shelf, and even be able to understand my full product as well. And I feel like, because, like, I'm so complex, multi-talented, I want to express myself in through my talents. But there's, as you said, you're mentioning me as a host, but there's so much more besides that. And it's like, I can sell you cutlery, I can sell you a fork individually, I can sell you a knife individually, or I can sell you one of those pocket knives which have a fork, a spoon. Do you get what I'm saying? But you need that for a certain thing. So it's being able to sell the pocket knife is going to always be harder, because there's so much more to it. Where if I'm selling you an individual product, it's like, it's easier, but I'm just a complex guy, and I just want to be able to, like, express me for who I am. So I feel like at this present moment in time, I've really just been focusing on, as you're saying, my weaknesses, and I feel like I've definitely overcome a lot of them. So there's not really anything I can really pick up on now and say, yo, this is where I'm lacking, because I'm ready to express who I am now and show, okay, cool, X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, and the the sort of like the approach that you're going with, I really appreciate, because it's like just like you've done it before, you've done all these different things until something stuck, and then you did that, and then now you want to expand, and now you're doing all these different things. Like for example, like your YouTube is a great example where it's like you've done a lot of things and you just do it for a bit and you understand, okay, maybe this works, but it don't really work that well here, and then you just got to move on in it, like build on that, like rather than just like get discouraged from one thing and be like, do you know what, it's just not going to work ever.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Like with and I mean, obviously your YouTube is like, it's something that you've been building for years and years and years, like the platform as a whole, and the What You Missed series.
Yeah,
I find that quite interesting because it's like, I don't think it's, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you like kind of make it for the algorithm or whatever.
No,
it seems like it's made as like almost like as like a music archive.
Yeah,
that only its value increases with time.
Yeah,
where like people look back and be like, oh, you see, like when my man.
Yeah, do you know what it is? That YouTube channel, developed like entirely. The IMNEXT platform channel developed, but the What You Missed series is really just a vlogumentary for the people who aren't able to see these shows. That's all it is. It's just like, I want to be able to give kids, individuals, men, women, a chance to watch something that they might never have known or knew was happening or be able to experience. Because when I was growing up, I didn't know bear shows was going on. I'm going on YouTube and I'm only seeing American shows. And I'm like, wait, there's nowhere in the UK where I can go and find my favorite artist's performance. Like, and it will be some meaty phone footage. I was like,
yeah,
nah.
So do you film or does someone else?
It is. I say like 80% of the channel, 70% of the channel is being filmed by myself.
No way.
Yeah, I work a lot with some specific individuals who's helped me build that channel over the years. So yeah, but
it's hard work. There's a lot of footage on there.
There's that over 1,000 videos now. A lot of the videos was either filmed by myself or three, 4 other individuals, like literally. But yeah, do you know what it is? That channel is something. There's a lot more layers to that channel because I've built it in a sense where I want you to be able to do research and see people's growth. I want people who are interested in music and fans of music just to go there and find something new. But as I was saying before, like, I've been away developing and understanding this product, understanding this multifaceted product, and it's about to evolve into something beautiful still.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like, I got some amazing things that I'm working on. And I feel like, I got some amazing things that I'm working on. I feel like a lot of people are going to enjoy it. A lot of people are going to appreciate the direction that I'm also pushing in this channel and myself in. But I'm also going to be continuing with a lot of the series. So that channel has really been like just a canvas where I can paint and try and like see what works, what doesn't work, fine tune, erase some of the lines and go over them. So a lot of them series now just needs to be continued because I've the formula's there. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
Yeah, no, it's crazy that you do so much of it by yourself. Like, have you thought about like trying to just get a team together for it to work?
As I said, I got some amazing individuals, man. Shout them out.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Who definitely helped me on, have been helping me on this journey in their own time as well. But do you know what it is? I also am in a space where it's like building a team is easy. Yeah, having people around you to work with you is easy, but you also got to be able to feed the team. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like things are still growing in a sense where the rewards ain't being reaped yet, or the fruits they're not ready to come off
the tree.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? Like, I can see them, but they're not ready. They're still growing, they're still germinating, they're still developing. And sometimes you gotta understand what road you're on, and the road that I've come to realize I'm on is the long game. It's the marathon. It's the journey. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'd rather grow like a tree than a weed. Do you know what I'm saying? I'd rather take those extra years to grow and germinate and build a solid trunk, foundation, roots in the ground, than be a weed that comes through the cracks and it's popping there and then falls off in the next couple months. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I feel like any creative or any entrepreneur, anyone like building or establishing a foundation understands that having a team is easy, but it's easier said than done. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you also got to remember as well, people have their own lives. People have their own dreams and ambitions. People's dreams and ambitions develop over time. So you can't really rely on anyone. Do you know what I'm saying?
I know, yeah. I mean, having like, trying to get a few people around, is easy, but like, I think building like a team is hard.
Yeah,
like for people to like really like back you on things, and like especially like you're saying, it's like you got to feed people, you got to pay people, and it's hard in this sort of stage where it's like it's because people, obviously the main motivation with a lot of people is money, especially if you're not working towards your own dream.
100%.
So it's really hard to,
but then again, I feel like it also depends on your eye and who you are, because I believe like you can see the way out in other people's passions, in other people's visions. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you can see doors. It depends on just how you take things in and observe things. Like for me, I use an example. I find an artist, I'll support that artist. Not banking on them on the way out, but I'll support them on, I see you can win. I'm here to support you and help you in any way, shape or form to help you develop your project or your art form. And within that, that's going to obviously help me in some sort of way, depending on our interaction. If I'm either filming content, if I'm either supporting you on your show, if I'm either creating your show in any shape or form, our synergies coming together and building something and making something new is going to elevate us both individually. Might take you somewhere further, might take me somewhere. But without that interaction, we would still be in phase one.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
No, 100%.
So for me, it's like I've seen a reel on Instagram, and it's like people chase money, which is not a problem. You have to get what you deserve, get your guala. You know what I'm saying? But once you make money chase you, and the way you do that is by creating value. So the more valuable you create yourself, the more valuable you make yourself, the higher you raise the bar, the more things will come. Do you get what I'm saying?
100%, yeah.
So it's like, what would you rather do, raise the bar or sit at home and wait until something comes? Do you get what I'm saying? But it's for people to have the understanding for that. There's a lot of opportunities that I'll be real, starting on this hosting thing, I did so many gigs for free. But now everyone knows what on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did so many, and it was like, I just need these lot to feel me. I just need these lot to know I'm the realest, I'm the one. Like, I just need them to understand that. And if I'm expecting someone to give me something without proving, not just to them, but to myself, that I'm that, then how do I expect to elevate? And I feel like that's just a mindset. It's like an ego trip. You got to remove, like, you got to prove to yourself that you're worth what you say you are. Do you get what I'm saying? And if you got no evidence, if you got no receipts, so who are you to say that? Do you get what I'm saying? Where for myself, it's like having a CV. You can go to a job and say, look, you need to hire me. Like, you need to hire me. They're going to be like, why? What do you have to stand on that? If I can show you my catalog, my CV, that, yo.
Yeah. No, I think that holds true with like everything. I think it's quite obvious in like in social media when you people trying to provide value for whatever, pick your poison, social media marketing, whatever it is, like do some free stuff.
Yeah.
So people
show me you're the truth.
Yeah.
Show me that you're really about what you say you are.
Yeah, and like from my journey is like the videographer side. Yeah, you do stuff for free because then that shows other people that, okay, this guy can actually do it. Yeah. But then even more important to that, you prove to yourself that you can do it.
Exactly.
So then when you're interacting with people and being like, okay, how much are you going to pay me? You feel confident saying like a higher number, because then you're like,
You got evidence.
you got evidence.
You got receipts. And it's like, okay, I use my YouTube as an example. A lot of them videos, I just went out and did it. No one told me to do it. I said, fuck it. I got a camera. I'm going to go and enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
I'm also going to make the most of the moment. A lot of that channel I just built myself. Like, I'm bored. Fuck it. I'm out here. Let me go. And now everyone knows. A lot of people know. If you want your thing confirmed, if you want it filmed and documented right, and you want to know it's going to be there, the footage ain't going to disappear and all these things, you know where to go.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying? The same as hosting. If you want your show to be conducted and you want the plane to be flew in the right direction, no turbulence, you know who to
You know, yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, get it.
And that's what I'm just trying to, that's what I am achieving and showcasing more with what I do. Is just showing the confirmation, showing that you come to this side, it's the side that is confirmed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I think you got a question about your YouTube. It's like, I feel like there's not just about YouTube, but in general, I feel like there's like maybe it's three like options of like how people go about things, you know? Like, do you study how like YouTube works? And like you just go out and do it?
I just go out and do it. I've watched videos, I've done I've seen it, understood it, and I've just, as any individual who uses a product, you learn as you go. I feel like that's how I've understood it a bit more.
Yeah.
I feel like when you create things for algorithms, you lose value of what you're really trying to create.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like as anyone, like if you're creative and you create it with guidelines, you kind of lose your direction.
Yeah.
Like you have to create and then fine tune. Do you get what I'm saying? Or you have simple basis of, okay, cool, I'm gonna keep it at this time or this shot, this angle, but I just want to be free with the creation. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's really how I've just maneuvered.
Yeah.
That's really just how I've done it.
Yeah, it makes sense, because I feel like that's how you go about all sides of the story, not just YouTube. But I mean, I get it. I just think it's quite good to like know kind of how these things work. So then when you are making, it's just like you're able to like reach as many people as possible.
Yeah.
Because it's I think I'm probably a bit on the opposite side. Like I might probably study it a bit too much. I mean, and then I don't create enough. But I'm sure like probably like a balance of both is probably best, because you got to play the game as well at the same time.
100%.
You got to understand how these like things work.
100%.
It's like we're in this business, like in this content creation business, where it's like the most important thing is the doing, of course, like going to the shows and filming them and all that stuff. But then it can be just as important on how like you actually execute it and like how people see it, because also you're fighting for people's attention at the end of the day. You're fighting for people.
Definitely, but it's like I don't want to fight for no one's attention.
You don't like to think about it.
No, I'm not. I just don't want to fight for no one's attention.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to. And it's like, I feel like when you put yourself in that bracket of you're fighting for someone's attention, it's not real. Anything that you have to like fight for to prove, like, it's not real. Like, it should just naturally just, do you get what I'm saying? I don't want to fight for no one's attention. I want you just to appreciate for what it is. Like, the people who see it and appreciate for what it is will come. They'll be there. And I feel that's just life in general. When you have to, it's like when you don't focus, it's like focusing on yourself. It's like, I'm not going to focus on what these guys are doing and then fine tune myself to be like them, because now I'm just in the same bracket. I'm in the same room as them screaming my name, where I could be just here screaming my name, and everyone who hears it and sees it and comes and appreciates it is going to come and they're going to stay with it. Do you get what I'm saying? That's like, it's the rat race. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you join the flock of rats, or do you just do your own and it will come?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, that's interesting, because I feel like that's quite opposite of like what you hear a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like the general, like, I don't know about the general advice, but what I hear a lot anyway is kind of like, do all the studying, do all the doing, all that, you know, and try and like, you know, not aspire to be like some of those people, but then kind of like
they got their formula and they got something that you can look at and assess and take pointers from.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like these guys. Well, I was never born like these guys. Wasn't raised like them. I'm me. So it's like, you're coming here for me. You're coming to, if you really want to understand what's going on here, you're going to come here and take in what I give you. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not going to cater my menu to make it like the other 5 Tom, Dick and Harrys.
Yeah.
Because I'm just the same.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you going to come to me and you go to them?
Yeah. No,
I'm going to be the creative and the individual I am and be the person who I am and express that the way I want to express it. If you like it and you enjoy it, I appreciate you. But I'm not going to force you to do that for quick success or quick notoriety or quick numbers. Like, I don't care. I'm going to just give you, this is my canvas. I'm not going to paint the same as someone else just because everyone likes that.
Yeah.
Because then I'm not being true to who I am as a creative. I believe you as a creative, you got right now as well. My saying is, let your creativity separate you from everyone else. So whatever that is, just be one with that. Be in that essence, and whoever accepts it and likes it will come, and that will separate you from everyone else. Because if I'm gonna create and be like everyone else, then I'm just an NPC. I'm a clone. And I wasn't born to be a clone or NPC.
Yeah.
I'm me. I'm my individual. Like, it's different here.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I feel like you're coming from quite an interesting perspective as well, because I feel like because you're so set in like your passion and kind of what you really like what you're doing.
I'm just very assured. I'm very like in line with.
That's what I mean. Like you are that you're very sure about what you're doing, and I feel like there are so many. There is so much advice out there in general on Instagram Reels, YouTube, whatever, is because I don't think many people are like you. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like that makes total sense why like you see a lot of that and you can't connect to it because you're like, why I can't connect to it because I'm already sure in myself of what I want to do. But I feel like in general, like I feel like.
But I think sorry to cut you. I think it's also like an individual thing. Like outside of just being a creative, I think as being an individual human being, like. I'm assured of myself. Like I've taken a lot of time to understand who I am as an individual. Like you can put me in any room. I know who I am. I'm not gonna change or become someone else for somebody else. I'm me. I like this. I don't like that. I maneuver like this. I don't maneuver like that. I speak like this. I don't speak like that. I dress like this. I don't dress like that. And that's just because I've taken time to know me. There's a lot of people in this world where I feel like
don't do that.
They're not living as them. They want to be someone else. They got an identity crisis. Do you get what I'm saying? They're trying to put on a facade, a persona. But then when you, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, when you meet me, I'm me. Like, if you met me on stage, off stage, in the office, I'm me 24/7. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and I'm happy being me. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm happy and I understand my weaknesses and my strengths. And being that assured and that so precise is just gonna make me be like that creatively. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's not just I don't think it's just like a creative thing. It's like as a human being, as like, especially in this world where there's so much noise. And when I mean noise, you got noise from Instagram, social media. You got noise from the outside world. You got noise from your home, from other individuals. So you got so much noise that could change your direction and influence you to become somebody or not. It's hard for someone to be true to themselves. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm doing. I'm just, I've taken the time out. And I think it's important that, especially with all this noise and all these distractions, it's important for someone to take the time out and just understand who they are, strengths, weaknesses, positive, negatives, and know how they want to evolve themselves and how do they see themselves. There was a quote that I read, and it's like, if you was to see a portal and the like final form of yourself was to walk out, if you can see what that is you. You can become that. And when I read that, it was like, okay, so that person that I see when they walk out that portal of myself is within. I just got to bring it out. And being able to see that gave me pointers. Okay, cool. That person is charismatic. That person is passionate. That person is hungry, driven. That person's, do you get what I'm saying? All these things, it just let me know, okay, cool. I need to take some time out to bring these essence out, to bring these flavors, start cooking. Like, I need to be able to bring these seasonings out in the dish. So when you taste it, you're blown away. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's what I think people are doing. People are walking not knowing who they are. People are walking and living and just letting time fly. There's no direction. There's no purpose. And that's important. Like, purpose, I feel like that's a very important thing because it gives you direction, it gives you discipline, it gives you all these flavors that you're gonna need to be able to grow and blossom as a human being.
Yeah, and I feel like from what it seems like your way of doing that and the way you've done it is just putting yourself in like as many different situations as possible and figuring yourself out.
But those situations are all thought out. That's the point, because I thought about them in a sense. Some of them I've just, fuck it, I'm going to swim. I'm going to just dive here and swim. But a lot of them I thought out because these are the things that are within me that I'm passionate about. I do appreciate, I do want to showcase myself in those essences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's inspiring, to be honest. Like, it's not too often like you see, or I speak to someone when they're like, they feel so like sure of themselves in that essence, because it's, in today's world, like you said, there's just so much noise and it's so hard to navigate that. And especially if you don't know what your purpose is, or if you don't have a direction, then naturally you just seek that direction from external sources. And because there is so much there now, like, it's hard to focus on, oh, maybe I should try what this guy does, what this guy does.
Exactly.
And then it just gets like, and then people just get overwhelmed. So they never just come out of that like cloud of just like thought. It can be really difficult. Yeah. I mean, like, speaking from my own experience, like, I find it sometimes really difficult. Like, if I get too overwhelmed with what's going on, I'm like, okay, like, what's, you know.
That's why you need time alone.
Yeah.
You need time alone. Like, you need to be able to like turn down and turn off the noise. Like, it's like being a painter. I feel like I can paint. Painters usually paint in peaceful environments where they are one with themselves. And I feel like being a creative is just in that, is the same. It's like you gotta have that space where it's just you and your thoughts, you and yourself, you and nothing else, because then you will be able to ask the real hard questions and only you can give you those answers. And I feel like when you can give yourself sometimes the answers, it's good because it will come from a genuine place. Where you ask someone else a question, it might come from a genuine place, but it also might come from a biased place. Don't get me wrong, asking yourself can also be very biased, but I also believe, like, when you're really asking you them hard questions, like, am I doing the right thing? Like, am I wasting my time? Is what I'm doing affecting people in the right way? Then you know, okay, cool. Then you know, this is the right thing or this is the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I feel like, it's like being a painter. Like, most painters are in environments where it's themselves and their thoughts and their easel and their strokes.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more about the alone time. I mean, like, it's literally why I moved here. Like, I'm here by myself, and I wanted to sort of dedicate like a year just to myself, because it's so important, especially,
it's
like,
important, but it's hard.
It's really hard. Also, it's hard, like, because it can be quite situational as well. Like, a lot, as in, like, people don't find themselves being alone very often, and especially today, like, you know, I mean, especially if we live in London,
it's a choice.
Yeah,
it's
but
a choice,
then, I agree as well.
It's a choice. It's a choice. Like, and some people are alone, as you said, situationally, where it's like they didn't ask for it, but that just might be the time you need, because you need to develop. Like, you need to have that time where it's just you and yourself, and you can ask those scary, hard, and real life questions with no outward source of distraction or opinion. But yeah, I feel like that's what's helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Being alone and just understanding, okay, cool, X, Y, and Z, knowing, okay, cool, I'm doing the right thing, knowing, okay, cool. And then when you ask those questions, if you do give yourself the answer and you don't feel it's right, then you can go to someone else and, what do you think? Like, you think, right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, yeah. But yeah, I think it always has to start with you.
Yeah, man.
You've worked with a lot of artists, like in the UK scene. Like, what do you think is, and not just with a lot of artists, but also with a lot of artists like for a long time. What do you think makes the difference between someone like, you know, like making it long term and like having like a moment and then just like the flame dying out quickly?
Passion. Are you really passionate about this thing that you're doing? Like, a moment could come for anyone, but to continue past that moment is passion. Is how really are you into this art form? How really are you invested in this? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you can't, like, I feel like there's artists who've had their moments and their time is really like dissolved, or they've gone a bit quiet, and that's just based on like you're not putting in enough hours. Like, you're not putting in enough. You're not really passionate about this thing. You're not there trying to evolve. I think that's what's very important. Like, if you're passionate about it, you're going to be very like, you're going to be very critical on it. You're going to be very like, you're going to be very sharp with how you critique it. Like, no, that's not good enough. Like, I need to go harder. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like people, when they get moments, they live within the moment, and that's not bad. You're meant to enjoy it, but you're also, things are popping today and not popping tomorrow, and building a solid foundation and not getting lost in the light is what's gonna separate the people who are really about this and the people who really ain't. I've worked with a lot of artists, and one thing that I feel has made me close and more and like built better relationships with people are the people who really are about that thing, who are really are about that music and don't take no for an answer. And I feel like that's just with like, I'm like that with anyone within any art form. Like, if you're really about it, if I can turn to you and say, no, it's not gonna work, and you're like, I'm gonna prove you wrong. If you can turn around and be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
And then you call me, yo, bro, man's working on this. I need you there. Like, I'll be like, bro, you spoke about it and you're doing it. Because that shows you're really invested in I don't want to keep just saying passionate about it, but it's true. Like, you're really like invested and passionate about that one thing, because you can have a moment and you just live within that moment, but you're not, like, if you're really invested, you're not going to just dwell on that. You know there's more than just that. You're thinking, yo, like, it's come, but there's more I got to give. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's how I am with everything. It's like, I'll do a show and I'll shut it down. I might put on a crazy show, create the lineup, do the artwork, the marketing. At some point, the running of the show was sick. Hosted it well. As soon as that's done, I'm like, we got to move. We got to do the next. Like, the next one's got to be way better. And okay, this show wasn't even that great, man. This is what. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I've been there and people look at me like I'm crazy. Like, I'll do a sick show and people be like, why are you not smiling? I'm like, yeah, I'm ecstatic inside. But
think about the next one.
Not even just that. I'm also seeing what I could have been better.
Yeah.
What could have been cleaner. And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. The next one, we got to level up. The next one, we got to take it to that next step. And yeah, man, it's that
Do you think like I mean, obviously you keep mentioning passion, and I feel like passion comes in like, you know, you can have like people that are naturally passionate about something. They're like found their thing, and that's it. But do you think at the same time you can also like craft a passion? Like,
Yeah, you can build it. You can definitely build it because, like, I was never hosting straight away. It just grew. It was like, I enjoy this. This is lit. It's going well. Like, rah. But I'm also putting in the extra hours. Same with YouTube. Like, I never ever thought, oh, man's gonna be filming shows on YouTube. Like, nah, I am, and it's like, rah, I enjoy it.
just
When I'm filming, it's different. It's like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm locked in.
yeah,
Yeah, you can definitely craft it. It's like it's like talent. You're born with it or you learn it. Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
You can be born with talent or you could learn it and become talented. And that's just a sign of the same word, passion.
Yeah, and hard work beats talent every time as well.
Yeah, I feel like talent. I feel like it's a combination.
Yeah, definitely. But like, if you're talented in something, if you don't put the hours in, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like that's what people forget, man. People forget like you can be as talented as anyone, but the work is always gonna separate you from the rest. The work is always gonna show you who's really been in the gym, who's really been getting
Doing
in
the
games,
digging.
and you get what I'm saying.
No, I get that because you've been putting in the hours for like many years. Like you're talking about like, you know, building like a solid foundation, like a solid trunk to your tree, and then waiting for the fruit to grow.
Yeah, man.
But like, obviously that's really important to have like a long-term vision.
Yeah.
But what do you think like keeps you in the short term like focused? And because obviously, you know, you've got this long-term thing where it's like, yeah, I want to build this like big tree with big strong foundation. But obviously, for you to build that, it takes a long time.
Yeah.
What do you think in the short term like drives you?
Reflecting is what's one thing that I can say has always kept me like level-headed and like let me know you're doing well. That just being alone and just being there and just like being like, cool. I got no one around me. No one could say nothing. No one can influence my thought process right now. Look back. See where you started. See, do you remember what you said you set out to do? Do you remember the people that told you couldn't do it? Do you remember those faces who told you could do it? And yeah, reflecting has let me be able to like have the moments and be like, yeah, man, you're killing it, man. Like, you're going hard, but don't get too gassed. Don't get too gassed, because once you get too gassed, you lose sight, you lose direction. And like, yeah, reflecting has really showed me like, you've come a long way. Like, you've done things that you said you were going to do. You're around people and individuals. You're in the rooms that you said you were going to be in. And like, you proved it to yourself more than anyone. But you also proved it to them haters as well. And it's like, yeah, man. And when I say them haters, it's not like just saying them
Individuals,
haters.
yeah.
I mean, like, everyone goes on a journey in life where someone tells them, you can't do this. Someone undervalues them. Someone lowballs them. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's what it really is. So, yeah, just being able to, like, I never was hosting at one point. This talent, this gift has helped me travel the world. This gift has helped me meet amazing individuals. This gift has helped me impact people's lives in that moment for the better. I would never thought I'd be doing concerts in these venues.
Yeah.
I've been able to bring kids and individuals together. I've been able to bring artists over from overseas and help and give them one stepping stone in their career to elevation. I've been able to meet individuals and help them believe and see that they're really a star. I've been able to like bring people from nowhere and just put them in a place where I feel like
they'll thrive.
Do you get what I'm saying? I've been able to like be that stepping stone.
Yeah.
I've been able to do these small things, because like they're all momentarily, or I don't know the word. Is that the
Yeah,
word?
yeah.
They're all like within that moment. So it's that one moment, that hour, that half an hour, that 20 minutes I've been able to uplift someone. And do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I think
those things is what's reminded me, yo, my guy, like, applause for yourself.
Yeah.
If no one's gonna do it, I'm gonna do it for myself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm my biggest cheerleader.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to find bigger cheerleaders. But more or less that, I mean, like, it's only you who's gonna really tell you that, like, you're doing well.
Yeah.
When you take that time to sit back and be like, yo, like, at one point this was all just a thought process. You know what I'm saying? It was all an idea. It was all written on a piece of paper. It was all written on the wall. It was all just an idea, and I've been able to, like, draw it out and make it become living and give people something to elevate on, to elevate from. Do you know what I'm saying? No matter how big or small it is, I've been able to do that, and that was something that didn't exist. Like, I could have been, when this idea popped into my head, I could have been like, nah, this is cat, man.
It's too much.
And who knows where I would have been.
Yeah.
But because I was like, yo, like, you could actually do it. Then I asked my mum, and my mum was like, yeah, go for it. And then I was like, you know what, fuck it, like, yeah, let's go. I think I'm him. I think I'm him.
Yeah,
I think I can do it.
Well, you have to think that.
Throw me any obstacle and
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. And I have. Many obstacles have come, many hurdles have come, many potholes have come, many storms, many monsoons, and I've stuck through it, and I just fought the battles, and we're here now. Do you get what I'm saying?
You learn a lot from those situations.
Do you get what I'm saying?
They're the ones you learn from, not
Exactly.
not the good ones. I mean, they're good as well.
Yeah, man. And I also feel like the relationships I've built have obviously given me indication that you're doing your thing, bro. Like, because I see it as like, none of these guys know me. None of them. All these artists, all these rappers, they don't know me. All these singers, all these A&Rs, producers, none of these guys know me. And I don't know them, but
You just did the work.
there's a real level of love that's being shown. And that's front cover love. I feel like there's many types of love. Like, you got backdoor love, you got in the book love, and you got front cover love. I feel like front cover love is like when you meet someone and they will show you a level of appreciation in front of anyone, and it stays the same. Like, I can meet someone that I've built a relationship with, and every time our interaction happens, there's a genuine level of love that doesn't matter who's in the room, that don't change. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what showed me, yo, like, people really appreciate you. Like, people really appreciate you, and like, they see what you're doing, and they think, and they're happy with like your energy and how you maneuver. Do you get what I'm saying? Obviously, there's backdoor love, people behind closed doors. Oh, you're my guy, and I appreciate it, but man wants front cover. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. You don't want it to be hidden.
Yeah. But that just comes down to them, innit? Like, some people aren't. Some
But
people
no,
aren't.
of course. But then also, like, it to them, but also it's like, it's how well you're doing your job, whatever that is. But like, it's because people will show you more love if you're really like,
No. I see my thing's genuine.
yeah,
Like, there's people I don't know, and I just appreciate them because they're trying. They're doing what they're doing. Like, I don't know you. I don't know your real name. But just because of who I am, I salute it. Like, I fuck with it, bro. It's hard to put yourself out there and express an art form or a talent or a gift that you've got when you're still trying to assure yourself that it's the right thing. Do you get what I'm saying? And yeah, that's just how I am. Like, I don't really like to backdoor or anything.
no. Yeah, you don't like
Because
to
I'm
hide away.
more. Do you know what it is? I feel like backdoor love is like you're not sure yourself about, do you like this person? You're still on the cliff. You're still on the cliff. Like,
Yeah. If you don't want to show it to them,
do I fuck with you? Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I'm saying? But like me, it's like I'm just real. It's like,
Yeah.
either I fuck with you or I don't fuck with you, or it's like we're cool. I just don't know you though. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot
just
of
how I am.
Yeah, and also to be honest, with a lot with the industry in general, like you just don't get the opportunity to know many people because like you don't spend too much time doing, and then you end up just like having a lot of this like surface level. But then like to be honest, that's sometimes all you need. It is all you need to just like make a connection that's good enough to like do the thing wherever you need to do. Yeah, man. Yeah. No, it's inspiring. It's inspiring from like for me as well. It is because it's just like putting yourself. What you said there is like putting yourself out there, or to do something that you're not even sure if you can do it yourself in the first place. It's like it's hard. And then you're putting yourself up for judgment and etc. and all that stuff.
And then the way you've been brought up is gonna affect how you take judgment. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you're not even sure of yourself. And then you're putting yourself out there and you're being criticized, you're being ridiculed. You're not good enough. Why are you not like my man? But that's why it's hard. That's why it's like people gotta really like take the time out to assure themselves, like, and fine tune their pen and fine tune their art form.
It takes a long time.
100%. But like Rome wasn't built in a day, bro.
No.
Do you get what I'm saying? None of these things were built in a day. Like, took time. Diamonds, you have to fine tune them before they start glistening. You know what I'm saying? All these things, like, takes a lot of fine tuning, but the creator who's creating has to believe way more
than anyone else.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Emil Heskey was not a good footballer, but he's got England caps. Do you know what I'm saying? He believed he was awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, even for me to say that is like, it's crazy because for him to be on the field, he's a great baller.
Yeah.
But I can say he's not a good baller because I'm comparing him to what's out there. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's just the way the world is. But it's like, to him, he's that guy. And he proved it. He got paid to kick a ball on the field.
100%.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what you got to remember. It's like, I've had people say, oh, you're not even that good. I'm like, but brother, this shit's taking me around the world. Like, if it wasn't that good, like, well, gone.
Yeah. And then, I mean, people compare it to like different things as well, because people compare it to like what they think like the perfect situation would be, and they're like,
perfect.
Exactly. So I feel like a lot of hate that comes from people, but also I feel like a lot of the hate, when people say haters, it's actually just like voices in people's heads that they think like what's happening around.
Yeah, and it's understanding. I feel like understanding is another one. It's like, I've met artists and I've heard. I like to use artists as an example because it's like it's an easier concept for people to take in. But it's like I've met artists and like they played me their music and I've not got it. I've just not got it. I've just been like, nah, I'm not feeling it. That's my opinion. That's my preference. That's my taste buds. And then over time, I've started to take it in bit by bit and understand it. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting there. I'm starting to understand a bit more about it and understand the sonics. And then, but while they're doing that, they're also developing as an individual, as an artist, as a creative. And over time, I'm like, okay, I get it. It's wavy because I understand you, and you've now fine-tuned it, and you've now made whatever that product is way more palatable. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like me opening it's like a Chinese restaurant. The Chinese you eat here is not what you're going to eat in China. But you have to make it palatable. Do you get what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to like strip things down to make them more digestible. And that's really just what it is. Like, I know over time that person has to make themselves accustomed and open to those tastes and open to those sonics. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. To be honest, I kind of want to leave it here because I feel like we covered a lot of good ground. Yeah. There's a lot more that I would love to ask you on a different occasion. Just like you moved to America, like obviously the thing you did with No Jumper and all that stuff. But I
don't mind talking. We could continue.
No, it's fine. I feel like that's maybe for another time, for another year. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on. I feel like this is a good like for artists and creators and whoever it is. I think it's a good like thing to like strive towards in terms of like feeling, believe, just believing in themselves, and then having that as a beginning, and then building the ground, and having a long it's a long grind.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
It's
a
not
long
easy.
grind that people forget about, and it's quite often you hear they're like, oh, you got lucky, or you did this to like people that have made it, but actually, like they've been grinding for like 10 years, but no one saw it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then there's even people who have moments like TikTok is a thing that's just making people have moments, but it's like the journey doesn't stop after that. It's now harder because you've been exposed to the masses when your product might be not at its final
Exactly, you had
form.
a peak
Do you get what I'm saying?
so early on.
Like I've come to the like when I was younger, I was like, I need that moment. I'm like, I don't even care. My moment is every day. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I don't want that. I mean, like, I don't mind having it now because I'll fucking smash it. But like,
Yeah.
do you get what I'm saying? But it's like I'm happy I didn't have it
Yeah.
earlier on
Yeah.
because I was never ready.
Yeah.
Do you
But
know
you
what
can
I'm saying?
only know that in retrospective. You know
What do you mean?
Like you can only know that once you've done it. Because I feel like early on, it's like whenever you start something, you want to do really well at it, like straight away, of course. But like once you have like something to like compare it to, like for example, you've gone on this journey for like 10 plus years now, where you've been grinding, and you like in the beginning it was never like it's happening, like this is the peak. Like where now is happening a lot with like people, they'll just like explode on TikTok or whatever, and then they'll have that, and then
there's no foundation though.
there's no exactly. So they can't.
It's hard to maintain. They don't
get
know
wobbly. And they fall over.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where it's like once you've done it and you've gone and you've consistently done it. It's like when you have that moment, it's like okay,
Yeah,
you lot
I know
you
how
lot
to
are
handle
here,
it.
and that's how I am. It's like when that moment happens, it's like, oh, you lot are here now. I've been waiting for you lot. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm ready for you.
Waiting, like, do you know what I'm saying? It's nothing new.
Yeah.
It's like if someone said, yeah, cool, I want you to host tomorrow, 30, 50, 80,000. I'll be like, calm, say nothing. When? What time? I'll be there half an hour early. Still like, yeah, you got an interview with a big artist. I'll be like, okay, let's go.
No problem.
Because it's like, I'm ready. Like, I'm so sure, like, of the craft, of what I'm doing. I've taken the time out to be like, yo, you do this. You really do this. So it's like, just keep painting, keep expressing yourself with that on that easel, keep all them brush strokes, just keep giving it to them, and
keep grinding.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, cool, man. I appreciate you coming on.
No, anytime, man. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, good luck on all your ventures. I know there's a lot.
Yeah,
very multifaceted, man.
Yeah,
but
everyone go check out Past the Decks. Go check out MunchieCon, which is my cooking channel. Check out MRIAMNEXT. And yeah, man, there's a lot of other things you'll be seeing, but enjoy, man. Enjoy.
Will do.